What's up? What's going on? What's up? Hey guys. So let's little 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 Vamp Surv today. I'm gonna eat a little food too. Sorry. I know this bothers you greatly. Oh look, guys, there's nobody in the stream yet. The emoji button is being spammed like crazy. Hey guys, look. There's nobody in the stream, but the emoji button is being spammed like crazy. So I took a screenshot of that. There we go. I'm lying about the views already. So this is full-on censorship again from the Trump administration, as it's always been, but it never fails, you know. You just see some blatantly obvious stuff right at the start of the stream here. We blatantly see the emoji button being spammed like crazy, and the concurrent counter goes down to 0. So you know when there's somebody spamming the emoji button, apparently there's 0 people on the stream, guys. Apparently is the thing. Real numbers. Real numbers. Well, back down to 1 again. All right, back down to 1 again. Two, 1, 2, 1. Nobody believes it. All right, so let me see here. I got a bunch still to do here. Obviously, we still didn't get some of this. So, what the heck is that? I don't know what weapon that is. So basically, I'm still uncompleted with like the Castlevania stuff. Yeah, that's where my completion. That's where I gotta. So it's that. See, now I gotta remember where that is. But that's okay. All right, so let's get him some golden eggs. You want to get him some golden eggs? If you don't do this, you know, when you get to late game, if you don't do this, you won't hold up. So if you look at some of these characters that I've played before, like a good bit, like if I go up here, Pepino, I went insane on that. Let's look at where are his golden eggs? Did they get rid of these? No, no, they didn't. Okay, so there it is. Okay. I don't understand this screen, but as you can see, golden eggs 574. I don't understand why they did that. But whatever. So basically, if you're not doing that, I don't have any on Queen Sigma. That's actually kind of funny. Queen Sigma is just absolutely insane, insanely good character. Probably still one of the top. Um. So on the Castlevania stuff, do I have any on a la carte? You got 478 on a la carte. So for some of this like late game stuff, you're probably gonna want to do that. Otherwise, you're gonna fall behind. So like for example, for him, oh, I did do that. Okay. So he has some golden eggs. So, but that's something I want to call out is like if you're really struggling, yeah, 212. Um, like that has a lot to do with your scaling because that's going to be this permanent level up over here. So if you notice when I'm clicking on some of these, if you'll notice over here, they're not as good. If I go up here and I go to like one of the guys that I had earlier, okay, look at it, like his magnets way up there. I mean, obviously it's going to be, you know, it's a golden egg. So obviously it's completely random, but the idea is that you know more you have, obviously, you know. So that's just how it works. You're gonna want to do that. Um Just in my opinion, that you're going to want to do that. It's just part of it. So if you're falling behind and you're not figuring out why you can't sort of kind of keep up with some of that stuff, that's probably why you're probably not doing that. All right, let's go ahead and um, I guess hold on. Didn't it say javelin to like level like 3 or something? Yeah. That's all I have to do. I don't have to really do anything, so that's not going to take long. Oh god. Yeah. All right, so I guess we'll just do that really quick. Yeah, I still have something to do there anyway. All right, here we go. No. Yes. I guess I could do the hurry up. We could do that. Make it go a little faster. I mean, it's not even going to take that long. Sure. So that's the golden eggs I was talking about right there. Okay. All right, I guess it's just going to make me Now, when you see that objective, you're going to want to do that with the character that the weapon starts with. You can't unless they changed it, you really can't get those completed by just simply picking up the weapon with a different character. You're pretty much just going to have to do that. So I'm just calling that out now. That if you're trying to do it and it's not working, that's probably why you don't have the original character, or you're not picking the original character and trying to do it that way. So there we go, level 2. There we go. So there it was. I'll just pick up the chest and then we don't even have to continue the run. Yep, there we are. So we got 2 out of that. Find 50 vacuums? What? Was that something I did previously and it didn't do it? Okay. All right, so wait, let me just see if there's something different here. Okay. So no. No. I still don't know what weapon is that? How do I see their weapon? Didn't I talk about this before? You can't like see the name of the weapon. Well, I don't want to do that. I have to I have to do that just to click it. Hold on. Oh, that thing. I don't think I have it. No, I don't have it. Hold on. Okay. That's it. All right, so I have to do it. Complete any stage with. All right, so I have to complete a stage with at least with Justy and Shanoa. Where is Shanoa? Oh my god. Of course. See this? I was writing this down, remember? Like, this is a process. All right. Iron Ball. That's not the Iron Ball. That's the Iron Ball. Right. Oh my gosh. Jeez. All right. Raging Fire. Okay. So that's that. I'm not sure if I've evolved it at all. Yeah. So I have to, that's what I have to do. That's next. Okay. So Ice Fang. Oh, see, it's there. But yeah, I don't have them unlocked yet. All right. So Ice Fang and Gale Force. Who has Ice Fang? Is that it? Sure. Okay. Looks like he's got some golden eggs. All right, I can do that. We got to evolve that one. That one's next. I should be able to do it anywhere, really. I can do it here. Have I played this? What is this? This looks new. Well, that's not new. That might be. There's so many levels now, and I'm all for it. Well, you know what? You guys want to do like a level I'm familiar with, and then I can like maybe like tell you about it a little bit? Maybe we'll do that. I have to evolve this too, so I have to have time to do that. So, yeah, I was gonna do that for fun, but 15 minutes, it might not be. We could do the bone zone. We could do the bone zone. So just realize when you do hurry up, it's times 2, so it will be 15 minutes, not 30. And then some of them actually are 15 minutes and some of them are 30 minutes. Some of them are actually, I think, 10, right? Or something weird. 20. So sometimes it's something weird though too. I think. Could be wrong. 39. There you go. But like there's special parameters, I think. Like isn't that just a boss? I don't remember. I'm pretty sure that one you just I think that's probably why. But like most of the time it's like I think the idea is like 30 minutes is like the normal expected. This one's really cool. This is like the Contra level. The Contra DLC was phenomenal. I love it so much. We could do that. That's the Contra level. Or we just do Castlevania. But and I do have stuff to do with that. But I'll be honest, I haven't played this that much. You know what I mean? Like I like it. I haven't really had a chance to play. See, and this level was really really fun, and I did play a lot of it. But you know, like just some of these I played so many times, and then the other ones I haven't really had a chance to play them yet. Like the antechamber, I only really just got that recently, and you know, it's awesome. But I haven't had a chance to play it that much. This one's awesome too. They're all awesome. Maybe I should just do this just in case I find something else for now. And then, you know, like if it's the sort of thing where I'm not really getting it done anyway, we'll do you know, Neo Galuga. I don't should I do hurry up? I'm not normally I would, but I don't think I'm going to do it this time just because I don't want to I'm not familiar with this character. So I don't want to rush myself the character I'm not as familiar with. Oh crap, hold on. Let me see how to evolve this thing. Okay. I do really like that one, but I think I will go with revivals, actually. Well, would have been useful for the garlic. There it is. That's what I need to evolve the ice thing. So, like, to evolve a lot of times, to evolve the weapon, you're gonna need a secondary thing. You can't just level it up. Sometimes. Not every time. Not every time. I think it is usually, though. Do I have my... Why don't I have any of this on? So if you saw there, it had a little evolution listed. That's because I got it already. So once you get it, it'll remind you. It'll say, you know, Evo, and it'll remind you that, you know, these two. You know, that's the one you need for the one you have. Like that. So let me just look here. I might go through the teleporter. Ooh. A very Castlevania appropriate weapon. Castlevania, it was holy water. So don't forget to get your level ups. Level things up as you go. It's not a bad idea to grab stuff as you see it, but unless you know what you're doing, don't go too crazy with trying to get new stuff early on. Like if I have a tip for like a new somebody that's just starting it, stick to what you know and don't underestimate the whip. Like the original one. Don't underestimate that. It's an extremely good tool. That is a valuable tool to you. You will use that that initial whip weapon a lot when you're first starting off. It's just like a lot of your stuff is not leveled up yet. So now I'm looking at possibly not getting an evolution, and that's okay. I would like to get it though. I'm thinking about taking Crown instead. But what you can do is you can also get this other thing that allows you to get other stuff. What is it called? It's like the little silver thing. They added it to the game in one of the DLCs, I believe, or maybe just an update. But I think it was when a DLC came out. So garlic is really good too. Once you get Poe, if you want to focus on garlic, a good thing to remember about garlic builds is that you're gonna want to expand it. So right as I was saying that, okay, I highly recommend that. Should I do that now? Yeah, actually, I'm gonna do that now. And also, I highly recommend with garlic, if you're gonna go AOE build, make sure you go at least 2 or 3 other AOE things in combination with the garlic, because it's just not complementing the build if like, you know, like just garlic by itself very, very early on. It's not really gonna do that much. So, you know, the book, that's a good one. That would be a good one to combine with it. The cross too. Fire wand is tough to use. I would not necessarily recommend that right away. So that's if you gotta get leveled up. Like, it's really, really cool and you want to use it. Yeah, there we go. But you wanna get it leveled up first. Ultimately, if you're doing it right, now early on you're not gonna be able to just stand there. But ultimately, later on, realistically, yeah, if you're doing your build right, yeah. This is how the game works. But that's later on. Don't expect you to do that right away. And some levels are a lot harder to do that with. It'll take a lot of building that, you know, that build. You can't just do it necessarily with like random level ups and stuff. That's way later on you're going to use that mechanic. That's endgame stuff. You're going to have fun with that. See, what you have to realize about me is I've been endgame like for so many different DLCs now. So, you know, it's just the sort of thing where like I can get caught up a lot more quickly. Because I've been sort of kind of, you know, going along with it. All right. So if you see now in the top left corner there, if you see how we have all of those, I can pick up my chest, which is what I was waiting for, okay? The chests are your level ups and stuff. Now, I don't know for this one if I have to level up my secondary all the way. Possibly. Probably not. But it may actually require that. I'm not sure. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually probably going to do that first. But to try it out, I have two. So I can do that. So it just gave me a level up. And, you know, it can do that. I'm not too far. You know what? Actually, I'm only like 5 minutes into it anyway. So, all right, here we go. Sometimes there's time constraint. You'll be like, why, why the heck? At least it seems like that. That was my mistake. I accidentally ran over it. That's okay. We'll get more. It's really not that important. I don't... Am I going to evolve the cross? I don't think I'm going to evolve the cross. Am I? I don't think I'm going to evolve that. I can probably fix that, though. Also, sometimes with some of the newer weapons, now I don't have one of the Contra weapons, but I think with some of the Contra weapons, maybe that was the expansion, when you level up, it actually combines them, and it gives you another slot back. It's actually really cool. And that has a lot to do with the scaling too. So, Fire Wand is your extra support. It's not a main weapon. So part of the issue with that is upgrading it too early and expecting that return and damage. It's just not gonna do it. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, man. Oh, what are we getting? What are we getting? Yeah, we did it. Yeah, did it. Nailed it. Heck yeah. So that's the Evolve Ice Fang. Wow, how cool is that? It was actually, like, already it was actually pretty cool. I had seen it before, but man, look at so you really see the fangs there, like, coming together. Wow, it's really cool. Yeah, you know what? Let's get the magnet. That's gonna help, like, tremendously. The magnet, the special damaging zones, is actually very, very useful. You know, can really save you in a tight spot. If you just need to do a bunch of extra damage, all of a sudden you're near the end, and you get that. As long as you have one of those things, I would highly recommend it. So if you watch all the red that's gonna happen now. Gonna put this damage area. Oh man. You got the Soul Eater. I see evolved garlic. That'll be that giant black circle that you see. So again, to evolve the garlic, you just need that. You need this here, the recovery heart. This one. That's your healing anyway. You should probably do that when you're playing early on with almost every build you're doing early on. You're going to want to pretty much do that anyway. Because you're going to, early on, you're not gonna be able to even challenge death. Eventually, that's how you. So if you're wondering how do you get death, you saw I had Red Death himself. You just beat him. He is really hard because if you get to the point where you get multiples. I think it exponentially grows his build, basically. So for each one that shows up, so like a third one that would be cubed, sort of everything is cubed. So that this is ridiculous. That's why it's never gonna work if you let it last that long. You have to get him quick. It's never gonna happen. Queen 6. Queen 6. Now, can you get her before death? I don't know. If you can't, then I guess that throws out the window. I don't remember. I'll be honest. But just you really want focus on one weapon. That's all you gotta do. Now now again, it's about your in-game like menu power-ups and stuff like that, doing all that and stuff too. But if you're really having trouble, and you can't get the other characters, I would focus on trying to just get one character really, those golden eggs, all that. That's what I was talking about with that stuff. Those golden eggs, all that. That's my fire one. And then, obviously, eventually it's awesome. Just like everything else is once you evolve it. But, it's still not a main weapon. And even like that, I still don't consider it a main damage dealer. It does deal a lot of damage, but it's very random. You've gotta be able to, walk through the enemy. can't do that. They're gonna walk through you. Eventually, that's all that's gonna happen in the game. They're just gonna... Oh man, we evolved the sword. Check it out. Check it out. The Legionnaire. So I could quit the run, by the way. All I had to do was evolve that. I could quit the run. Alright? But what I wanted to show you is when you get to late game, this becomes pretty fun because all you gotta do is this. Now I can just play. So for those that are, it's like, well, it's so much stopping and stuff. It's not. Eventually, this is the point. Now you can play. But, you know, you really gotta make your build and think about all those choices and stuff like that, otherwise you can't do that. So all that does matter. That's the game. So. Alright. Where's this boss? What the heck? I'm trying to look for... Oh, what the heck? But that doesn't... I remember this being an issue before. There's like a sequence to it, and I messed it up already. Damn it. Like you have to go in order. I think that's all you gotta do. I think you just have to go in order. I just messed it up. It's alright. That's okay. Awesome, right? Now, what's fun is if you wanna like really break like the game, they let you. There are, I think there's multiple, but I know of one at least, of one character that you can literally just go right into the level and start walking through all the walls. So like once you get to that character, you can do that. Get it under control, YouTube. Never did that before I made Asmongold wrong on the stream. Never once. Never once. Never a single time. Bitrate doesn't shift around with me. That is the federal government monitoring your device. All that is. They're using your internet to do it. That's why it does that. They're trying to confirm whether I actually can counter-sue them because the bitrate stream does, the integrity of the stream does look far worse the lower the fucking bitrate. It looks far better when you raise it. So, I don't really care what you think. You don't have the authority to screw around with somebody's stream and conduct a science experiment with somebody's dream and somebody's life. So, and that's the reality of what the feds are doing. May I remind you who's in charge of the federal government? Not Democrats. Not Democrats. So, we'll just cash in. We'll just cash in. We evolved the ice fan. So it's good. Let's see. Do I have Richter? If I have Richter, I should probably do that. I do not. All right, so I did that. Did that do anything yet? No. Where is Gale Force? That's Gale Force. Where is Gale Force? What the heck? Well, what the heck? I don't even see. I don't even see it on the list. It looks like that. Yeah, it's probably one of these. Because I don't see the person. So this is a character. This is Julia. Hold on. Hold on. Let me figure this out. Oh, jeez. I think there's some stuff I gotta do for this. Hold on. Just another wall. Okay. So I'm trying to figure this out. I don't see one. Oh my gosh, it's one thing after another. What the heck? I don't even see it on here. What the heck? All right, so I'm looking. Oh, where there it is. I have it. All right, miss here. We'll figure this out. That's somewhere like on the map. I've had that weapon before. I gotta find it again. So, alright. For this one, apparently all I have to do is pick it up and do a certain amount of damage with it, but I have to evolve it. And this isn't the sort of thing where, like, it starts with a... I already look for a character and start with anybody. I pick it up. So I'm assuming... Hold on. Maybe I should just look. Oh, it is a starting weapon. Oh, Hold on. Why did I think that? My fault. Who the Oh my god. This has just gotten insane. He's not even on here. And so, like, it's just, like, when I get to a certain point, it's just one thing after another that I have to look up. So now I'm so far behind. I looked up the first thing. I don't have that. So I had to figure out how to get the unlocks for that. Then I didn't have that. So I had to figure out how to get the unlocks for that thing I didn't have, for the thing I didn't have. Then I didn't have that. Then I had to figure out how to get the unlocks for the thing I didn't have, for the thing I didn't have, for the thing I didn't have. Then I didn't have that. Then I had to figure out how to get the unlocks for the thing I didn't have, 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 for the two things I didn't have in the first place. Then I didn't have that. Now I am on to this, and I thought that it was just an item, but it's actually a starting weapon of a character that is nowhere on this list that I have. Isn't that nice? And it, like, it's just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you get to this point, and now the character's not even there. Like, what the Okay. So I have to do this. Okay. So actually, it's him that I have to play as. My fault. So yes, I do have to do that. Let's just do that. There's the trident. See, I need it with, a different character. Isn't that from Jimbo, that attack? That was a pretty cool attack. That second one I got. there's anything I want here. Yeah. Didn't I do the... Oh yeah, it is hurry up. You just don't move very fast. Yeah. We got the dragon. I think that's what I need for the mace, right? I'm not sure. Or not the mace, the trident. It's the mace. Hollow heart. Hollow heart is what I need for the mace. You get what I'm saying. How cool is the flame bird? That's one of my favorite new weapons. Isn't that cool? The flame bird. Actually chose to upgrade it again instead of getting another familiar. That's pretty awesome. No, really, that flame bird, man. I don't know. As a main weapon, I'm not so sure about it, but like after a few upgrades, it's really good. You want it with something else for sure, but it's really, 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 really good. Let me just try to get... That was pretty good, though. I love it. This was such a good DLC, man. They did Castlevania justice. They did such a good job with this. Man, the glaive. The glaive is awesome too. Can't turn that down. There it is. Level 8. So I think I may need Hollow Heart to level 2 at least, I think. And that's something. I'm not 100%. I think it may sometimes be the case. I don't know, it's weird. I feel like it is sometimes. I could be wrong. I'm gonna just hold off a minute. Oh, see, I could get the bats with the Hollow Heart evolution. I should do that. They're decent once you upgrade them. Like, at first, they're not that great. There we go. Ah. Damn. It is still pretty early in the round, though. Kind of expected that. I feel like it's maybe just a chance. Like, it has a higher chance past 10 minutes. Like, it's maybe 100% at that point or something, based on other parameters. And before that, it's not. Maybe that's what it is. I've noticed this happening a lot when I can definitely evolve it, but it's the sort of thing where it's sort of not doing it. Unless I'm wrong. Hold on, let me make sure I got that right. No, that's right. I'm right about that. Another upgrade. I like the crown. The crown was a very good secondary to have. Alright. Their flame burst. Flame burst. Oh man, what do we got? Oh, damn it. What is going on with this thing? I am not getting the evolution. Did I do it already? I didn't do it already, did I? No, because I would have had that. No, that's the point. This is what I need to do. Yay! Yay! Yay. There we go. Cool. Got it. Should we keep going a little bit? I mean, we are on the hurry up. Let's see some of the other evolutions before we jump out of here. think I'm gonna get... well, at least 2 others, I believe, right? I think. So far. I have 1 more slot. And then when I get... I could also do something about that to get more. So, yeah. I could get them all. Ooh, what do we got? Yay! Yay, the flame bursts. Oh my gosh! Yeah! 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 That's awesome. Alright. Let's see how awesome this looks. Freaking sweet. Oh my god. I'm wondering if golden eggs are disabled on Queen Sigma. I'm wondering if that's why. I was just thinking that. I was wondering, you know, maybe, but I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I just didn't do that. Could look at it. Oh, there it is. There it is. This is gonna be awesome. Freaking sweet, right? Just that much. And then you, like, you basically turn into, like, half of Jimbo, if you see. I love that. Oh, see, this is always fun, too. Yeah, you get that from that hat, I think, right? This is always fun, too. Getting this, and then, like, picking a thing. So we could do that. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Did it show up? I don't see where it went. So that's the thing you need to evolve, Victory Sword. But it's also just a good passive. So notice how when I called out who was doing this earlier and I called out that they were doing it, notice how the concurrents have become lesser and lesser. And again, it's like they're just attacking the views, really just lying about it, censoring the stream, very slowly removing people from the stream and viewer count. And then as I say that, it goes 11,000, 15,000, 11,000, 15,000. And basically what you're seeing is, as it slowly dips down, very slowly but surely, the concurrents drop down one at a time. So I've been watching it one at a time. You know, earlier it was 12, then it was 11, then it was 10 for a little bit, and it was like sort of just 8 after that. Now it's just going to go down to, you know, they're probably going to drop down to 5, So basically, like, it's just blatant lying, manipulation of the public from the FBI under the current administration, where they are manipulating the public, and so they're kind of getting away with, like, arresting a bunch of people and just making shit up. I called it out in a comment earlier on YouTube. That's why they're sitting here attacking me, because they're following around every comment that I make on the platform. That's why. Which is why every comment that I make has disgusting bot trolls that sit there and spam random crap. Just randomly, all these bots just showed up and suddenly spam my comment with malicious, disgusting, nasty, terrorist-like comments. Well, the FBI has a history of doing that under J. Edgar Hoover. And I called this out. Called it out. Called it out a bunch of times before. This is what the FBI does. Now, the reason they're doing it is because they attack interracial families. They want to split. Yeah, I mean, just like they're attacking voting rights. They took voting rights, they attacked the Voting Rights Act and took them away from blacks. So they're attacking interracial families. That's why, because they want to split you up. They do not want you to be on the same page, especially if you are. It's all just about manipulating things, public opinion, and, you know, spying on people and manipulating what they think at any given time. Lying, that sort of thing. Just as I'm saying this, the bitrate shifting down to, you know, 10,000 just here and there, just randomly. Again, 10,000, 15,000. You know, again, it's just the same shit we've seen. There's like all the other feds going around lying about their credentials. The one that showed up here, again, he wasn't a cop. He was a fed, lying about being a cop. That's the point. And he knows I've caught him. He knows I'm looking into it. He knows what he did is incredibly illegal. What he is doing is incredibly illegal. And that's the point. This is what they're doing. They're just going around pretending to be cops, but they're just MAGA terrorists, and they don't agree with your free speech, with what you're saying. And they're actually using the badge to sit and spy on you. Literally illegal shit they should never be allowed to do. And again, this piece of trash that you know, used this excuse to throw somebody in jail. The guy I've told you about all this time that, again, randomly started asking a bunch of questions one day and stuff and acted really weird and stuff like that. Again, that wasn't really a cop. He was a fed. He was an asshole, too. And so, you know, the point is they are attacking police, and feds are, like, some of them are using that badge, that authoritative figure, to go around and terrorize civilians that are speaking about politics and assembling lawfully, peacefully, and have a right to do so. I submit to you, if a bunch of people at a restaurant appear to be speaking free speech about something, you know, like it's a thing, there's everybody at this restaurant somehow. Well, it'd be one thing if they were going around, like, vandalizing stuff, going around the area and stuff like that. But they're literally just at that restaurant, especially private property and stuff like that. And then they clearly, when the cops show up, they clearly even want to disperse and don't want anything to do with it anymore. And then you literally all just tell them they're all detained, arrest them illegally. What the fuck are you arresting them for? What did they do? No, you just escalated. You just told everybody they're going to get arrested for free speech if it's against Trump. That's all those cops did. And I promise you, oh, you are not barking up the wrong tree. You are not barking up the right tree with that. I promise you, you start doing stuff like that, you are going to be the ones that are shut down and investigated for terrorism. That is an entire sheriff's department admitting that they're attacking free speech, claiming disorderly conduct. What's disorderly about people exercising free speech? In a controlled area, they're not throwing things, they can flick off whoever they want, they can say F you and whatever they want. You want to take some information and have some reports of individuals that made terroristic threats, you can do investigations and stuff like that, but you can't detain an entire restaurant full of people and then arrest those people for disorderly conduct. They didn't do anything. Completely illegal. Ridiculous. The fact that I have to tell these assholes this too. Fucking retards. They literally are just triggered retards. I'm serious. Like, you are triggered by the fact that I am saying retarded and stuff like that. This like really gets to you. I don't care. I literally don't give a fuck. And neither should you. That's the point. This is how you are manipulated. You do not have the right to be offended as cops. All those cops were clearly offended. There's nothing disorderly about exercising free speech. Period. Again, the person they arrested at the restaurant had a no contact order. This guy was causing problems. This guy caused real problems. And okay, sure, he wants to organize an entire, like do a stream and stuff like that in his restaurant, organize against it. Yeah, interview him. But anybody else, you're a bunch of authorities now sitting here attacking a bunch of people that may or may not just happen to be there that day. Stupid country we live in. With stupid people. get the victory, sir. All you're seeing is just how regularly the trash piece of shit U.S. government sits here and randomly spies on people they shouldn't be spying on. That's all you're seeing. Literally wasting yours and my tax dollars. Complete waste. What should be happening is the people doing that should be investigated. Everybody should be watching them like fucking hawks. Because why are they staring at everybody else, sitting here trying to screw around and split families up and suppress free speech? You have a right to say whatever the fuck you want. I can threaten violence against the president if I want to. I just can't do it in the public. You actually can do that. You cannot sit here and claim that there is any given amount of words that I can say while sitting here on a live stream, again, where the intent would be for me to threaten violence against the president. Because there's no belief from me to you that I can sit here and actually threaten that. Because here I am. You don't believe that. You have the military and the Secret Service, and there is no fucking way these assholes in the modern world actually believe all these idiots are here trying to assassinate the president. They are doing this and riling everybody up. You can say whatever the fuck you want. There has to be intent behind what you're saying. Just fucking Christ. You cannot sit here and say, and say that any given time somebody that just sits here and randomly says the statement of threatening violence against the president is that of a punishable crime and stuff like that. You can't do it. You physically can't do it because of that First Amendment right. Period. End of discussion. Period. End of discussion. Period. End of discussion. Period, end of discussion. Period, end of discussion. Period, end of discussion. And the little thing where it's the bit rate is shifting around all over the place, again, that is a screen monitor. The reason why that happens is because they're monitoring the screen using my internet. Okay? So I will be suing the FBI. I will be suing the field office in my state. And I'll be suing the local police departments all involved in illegally investigating somebody because you would disagree with their politics and you want to go around and look at pictures and stuff like that of young girls where you took this information and now you get to look at it. You disgusting piece of trash perverts. You know full well that's what you're doing with that. And you're the ones that are sitting here covering up for people about the Epstein investigation. How about you investigate that, you stupid motherfucking asshole pieces of shit? How about the President of the United States is involved in literally sex trafficking girls? Little girls. How about you threaten violence against the president for doing such a terrible, disgusting piece of shit thing? How about you FBI piece of trash field office in Pennsylvania. How about you threaten violence against the President of the United States for doing such a terrible, disgusting thing? How about you do that? Since that's what matters, because again, what the fuck are you doing every day? Spying on people illegally? Yep. Meanwhile, orange trash bag in charge continues murdering girls in Iran. Oh, that's right. First he sex trafficked them, then he had to go and murder them in Iran. That's right. This is the person you're defending, and you're wondering why people are pissed off yelling across the street. You got to be some extra special kind of stupid if you wonder why people are yelling across the street. So I evolved that, yet I didn't get an unlock. I wonder if it just didn't give me any type of unlock. Let's see here if there's anything. Oh my god. So Google lied to me? Google lied to me. Imagine that. So it told me I had to evolve the mace in order to unlock a character named Isaac. And this character supposedly had the trident. That did not happen. Yeah, that is a complete, utter bullshit lie right from Google. So, big surprise, right? I mean, Google is literally trash. Lies all the time, gets things wrong all the time. So, big surprise, the FBI fucked around with Google. Is that not what I just did? That was what I literally just did. It literally says right here on Google, unlock Isaac. Play as Hector, who wields the mace. And either deal 50,000 damage or with his weapon or evolve the mace to unlock Isaac, which is literally what I did. I literally evolved the mace and nothing happened. What the fuck is this? There's nothing in the wiki about unlocking him. It says unlocking and it's completely blank. It's just wrong. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Google is so goddamn fucking garbage. So I am locked again. Like again I am locked. This is just trash. I'm actually kind of done with this and I don't like how stupid this fucking thing is. Um I think it's fine that they did justice to the Castlevania and all that. But I'll be honest with you, it's incredibly stupid and frustrating to the player where constantly I'm like, "Oh, now how do I do that? Oh, now how do I do that? Now how do I get 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 that?" And then I can finally get the thing to 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 get the thing. Oh, okay. Now I can finally unlock Richter to do this stupid event that I'm supposed to do with Dracula or whatever. And now I can finally do it to get the next tier of characters. Like, this is so goddamn fucking stupid. It's literally fucking dumb. You should have actually put in here a real unlock condition. This is stupid as hell. Incredibly frustrating. Unlock condition. Evolve that. Well, that's is what happened when I tried to look that up. Evolve this. Okay. So then I found out that I need the iron ball. Then I need the trident. Then I need this. Then I need that. And so now here I am back to here where I can't get this because I don't have the trident. But I can't get the trident because I don't have Richter to do Dracula. What the fuck is this trash? I don't even I need the iron ball. I don't even know where Gale Force is. I need Gale Force apparently too. Well, Gale Force is with also a very specific character that I don't have that isn't anywhere on this list. That was also a character in that series of goddamn things I had to fucking do. What the fuck is this trash? What is this? And then after that, now then maybe then you're gonna be able to do the iron ball, and then you maybe you'll find the trident and get no, but you gotta get Richter first. Who the fuck knows? What the fuck is this? And then one of it was this too, apparently, and then it's like. And then I gotta to get that I gotta so I gotta use this, but then I can't get that because I need the iron ball, but I don't have the iron ball because I need him, and in order to get him, I need the Gale Force. Who the fuck is the Gale Force? And I look it up, and I need to do all this other shit. Jesus fucking Christ! Garbage! What the fuck? I mean that's just trash. If you're gonna have a wiki and you're gonna have stuff that is behind a wall, you need to have definitive. Look this up and it's correct. When I look it up, it's just wrong. I have no fucking clue how to do any of this because every time I look it up, it's just wrong. Yeah. Gale Force is the starting weapon of this random character I don't have. That is not on my list that I now have to then trace back. And there's a series of other things I have to do. So again, in addition to Isaac, in addition to all these other things I have to do, there's another character that's just not on this fucking list that I have no idea how to get it unlocked. Jesus fucking Christ. Unbelievable how fucking stupid that shit is. Unfucking believable. And then you look up the lady that has the Gale Force and it goes, oh, well, she can be unlocked by evolving this other fucking weapon that I don't fucking have. So now there'll be another person that I don't have that I have to figure out how to unlock. Jesus fucking Christ! Put it here! Put it all here! Don't fucking hide it! What the fuck is that? That is so goddamn stupid! Put it here! I want to see the goddamn character so I can fucking click it and be like, oh, that's what I gotta do next. This is goddamn trash! It's garbage! Jesus Christ! Yep. And then it's that this guy that I don't have, and then that's why I needed the trident. Because in order to get this guy, because he has that weapon, I need the trident. And in order to get the trident, I have to get this thing. It's actually just all wrong. Because I end up at another dead end where I cannot get even any of this. So it's Saint Germain. He has that Globus weapon, which is what I need. And in order to get him, I'm pretty sure it's the trident. Yep. Evolve the trident. And I don't have it. Jesus motherfucking Christ. One goddamn fucking thing after another. What is this trash? Why did you do this to the fucking game? It's incredibly stupid. Like, you, again, even Castlevania wasn't this fucking dumb, or I wouldn't have played it. Jesus Christ. Yep. And then here we are. Here's the loop back to Hector. This is the loop back to him. So I have to get the trident. In order to get the trident, I have to evolve the mace, apparently. And then to evolve the mace, I have to complete the Dracula event. You can't do any of it, basically. Physically can't do any of it. Yeah, you have to use Richter, and I can't. I. It's literally that. It's nonstop. See, and then here we are back at where I started this, where I have to have him, but I don't. So then I need that, which is this, and in order to get that, I need this, and I don't have the iron ball. In order to get the iron ball, I need him, and in order to get him, I need Gale Force. Unless I'm wrong about the iron ball. No, that's the iron ball. Yeah. So it's just wrong. I am stuck. Physically, I am held back from moving forward because the game is incorrect. They didn't do it right. So I don't know if anybody, if this is everybody, if not a single person has completed this, but I've run into this before where I'm physically locked and I can't do anything. Because again, in order to get this, I have to complete any stage with Shanoa and Justy Belmont. So again, that's fine, but I don't have this person. So I won't be able to do that. And in order to get this person, I need the iron ball, which is here. Which, in order to get that, I still need the Gale Force, which we already covered. Blah, blah, blah. Huge, huge fucking long loop that lands me back to, remember, eventually, just the fact that I can't get this trident, and in order to get the trident, remember Isaac, in order to get this, I have to trigger the Dracula event, and I can't do that without Richter. So this loop starts all over again. It's wrong. It's literally just wrong. You cannot do it. So that's the loop. And then it just starts back over there, there, there. And we'll just go right back through it again. There's a bunch of characters I don't have, so I can't click them, but I mean this is ridiculous. I can't get Gale Force. I don't have the character. Yeah. That's where it starts over. Yeah. You need to evolve. You need to evolve Globus. You can't get Globus without Saint Germain. You need to get Saint Germain with the fucking yada yada yada. It starts all over. Physically, you can't do this. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's a loop. There's nothing in there where I can unlock any of this shit any other way. It's an endless loop that you can't do. You will never unlock any of this. And like it's all over Reddit too, like other people same thing. So I didn't know I could do that. Normally you can't do that. All right. So that helps a little bit. Maybe I can try it that way. But I'm gonna stop for now. I'm gonna end the stream for now. I'm kind of done with the stream for the moment. But apparently you can evolve Gale Force by picking it up in the stage, which I didn't know. Normally you can't do that. So that would be a way out of that loop. But look, man, this is bullshit. Like, I am so sick and tired of one thing after another being not fucking labeled. It's literally as simple as understanding that I go in here specifically for this. Okay, what the fuck else is this for if you can't put everything in here properly? Ridiculous. That is frustrating. So, like, my point is, I've actually run into this before. I think we've been stuck here, and this is why I was hesitant to even continue playing. I haven't played it for a while. I wanted to keep playing this, but this is why I haven't. Because, like, I ran into this before, and I was like, man, this is really fucking stupid. It's really fucking stupid. I really cannot fucking stand this. I what? So, let me just see something. I didn't even see it. Hold on. It's not even on there. It's not a stage item. They said that you could pick it up on the stage. How am I picking it up on the stage when it ain't on there? See, because I've done this before. That's my point. It ain't there. I just got all the that's all the stage items right there. See? That was why I did that. So how am I supposed to evolve something that's on the stage if it ain't there? Okay? You get what I'm saying? Okay, so this is ridiculous. It ain't fucking there. So the person on Reddit's just like, oh, evolve it on the stage. Well, it ain't fucking there. Genius. Genius. So that's a real fucking problem. This is a real fucking problem. There's an entire Reddit thread about it. Like, this is so goddamn fucking trash. And they just blew right to the next expansion. This is so frustrating. This is how this has become. Where you know, like, as much as I love this game, and I've clearly been following it, this is ridiculous to penalize the diehard players that are not doing anything wrong. I mean, like, again, it should all be in here. I should be able to just go right into those unlocks and follow. But, you know, like, I was fully expecting to have made a mistake come back to this after a while and been like, it was my fault. But no, here I am, another loop. So, like I said, I'm done for now. Like for this stream. But like I just, like it is pretty frustrating. Obviously the game's not trash. You guys know that's not what I'm saying. I never say that. You guys know that for the most part. Um, but this is trash. Like this, what we're talking about here, this loop in the Castlevania DLC where you nail the DLC, but then you have this loop. That's really frustrating. So that part, that's trash. Not the, you guys know that. All right. So we're getting censorship on this anyway. Obviously, you're seeing full on censorship. We've been in the double digits the whole time, going for 2 hours, and YouTube's trying to say that there's only 55 views on this stream. 55, guys. 55. Remember when we did the drum stream? It was from a, the whole point is that they had trouble. They were trying to remove sections of that stream, just random sections of it were missing. It wasn't having a connection issue. Notice how they had trouble with the view count on that. Yeah, that's a device I don't normally stream with. That's why. So they don't have that one like 100% like completely locked down, everything under total control, like this one, like they have been doing to this one. So like that's the point. It's literally just the federal government sitting here installing fascism in real time. This is what they've always been planning for. This is what JFK fought against. This is why he was assassinated by his own CIA. I mean, like he was even threatened when he said stuff about pulling troops out of wars and stuff like that, okay? So why do you think Donald Trump is going to war with Iran and stuff like that? Because that fucking piece of trash doesn't have a spine. He's the richest man on the planet, and he doesn't have a spine? So this is what's really happening. And these terrorists are just taking control. Terrorists. Notice how I point this out. And instantly those two concurrents that are following me around, following us around, that always show up instantly when I call something out. Oh yeah, from 10 to 12 immediately. Yep. 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 And again, there's always the same stalker in here spamming that emoji button as fast as he possibly can, because they know that that's all it takes to run propaganda interference for their side. Their side is so brainwashed and stupid. All they need to see is for somebody else to be literally just trolling the other side, and they'll jump in. It's literally that simple. So that's why these guys sit around all the live streams. Anytime anything's covered, they show up, spam the laugh emojis, spam the confetti, things like that. Because the point is that they know that there are supporters in there, and that, again, the point is that they're coming in, and it's that simple to sway some of these really, really foolish people that don't know a goddamn thing about politics, that want to be right about everything. But really, what it is they got problems. They got problems. They can't own up to the fact that they're wrong. They don't know how shit fucking works. Nobody taught you how politics works in school. How the fuck do you all know? You're not suddenly experts. You don't look shit up. You watch Fox News, and it's quite frankly wrong. So, you know, when the White House is sitting here, CNN exposed, Washington Post exposed, picking the longest running, most obviously, reputable ones out there. And all these people, that's the point. Everybody's finally taking a stand and just reporting shit, because how can you not? Okay? So, like, the point is, all of these are our long-standing, reputable news media outlets that yes, all of them versus this one guy. Yep, I believe that, totally. Yeah, makes sense. And again, the whole point is, remember, why would they do that? The whole point is that if you do misreport, it does look bad. Why wouldn't they just report on the fact that this guy really is a fucking lunatic and really is saying these fucking ridiculous things, and it sounds that bad? So of course they're going to report it, because that's front page news when the president is such a fucking retard that he's falling asleep after spending Joe Biden's entire term calling him Sleepy Joe, and this asshole is actually falling asleep. Yeah, of course they're going to report that. Yeah, of course they are. And of course, the biggest douchebag that paints his face orange of them all is going to deny it, as he always does. Remember, this guy literally can't even take losing at golf. He can't take it. He can't take losing at golf so much that he actually fucking cheats at golf. Nobody gives a fuck, dude. Golf, literally nobody gives a fuck. It doesn't fucking matter. Nobody cares. I won some golf games before. Pretty well, actually. Wow. What'd I get for it? Okay. So why would I give a shit about lying about it? You see what I'm saying? What the fuck does that matter? I want to remind you who these morons are representing. The whole point is that the worse it gets, the more they double down on free speech. You have a right to flick off a cop. That's protected speech. Protected speech. Courts have ruled on this, by the way. That's why you have the right to do it, because courts have ruled on it. It's protected speech. So, for example, if you're driving down the road and you flick off a cop and you say, "Fuck you, assholes," they cannot do a thing about that. In fact, that's exactly what happened. A cop went after somebody for that. And the guy called his lawyer and sued the shit out of that station. And won. because he had no business following him. He literally went after him, was triggered, was on a traffic stop, stopped what he was doing, went down the road after him, pulled him over, and again started giving him a hard time and trying to find every excuse to ream this guy out because he flicked him off and had something to say to him out the window. You have no right to randomly start following somebody and pull them over because they said something to you. Now, if you're a cop and you're in public and you feel that this was a threat of violence, not fuck you assholes. Okay, that's not a threat of violence. You'd have to actually threaten violence. Okay, fuck you assholes is not a threat of violence. That's just fuck you assholes. So you're triggered. This guy is epically hilarious. That shit's fucking hilarious. You should have just laughed. You should have been like, aha, fuck you too. Men on your merry way. But instead, goddamn, you just show how dumb you are and you just go right down the road after this guy, don't you? And he wins himself a lawsuit. Now, wouldn't you know it? Maybe he was trying to go for that and baited you right out of that. Just baited you right out of that. Boy, you are stupid, aren't you? So that's what you gotta realize about these terrorists. The point is, if the cops were doing this in their neighborhood and they were then also a cop and they weren't part of it, they would also even more probably be suspicious. Be like, what the fuck is... Okay? They would equally feel the same exact fucking way if they were right on the other side of that. Well, we're just exercising free speech. We didn't do anything and threaten violence or anything like that. Just said, fuck you, asshole. Um, Threatening violence on a stream. Again, unless I'm like outside in public doing it and you can see other people, you can, that there's nothing, I'm not threatening violence. I'm on a stream in a room where nobody else can hear it. You are triggered. Get the fuck out of my stream. I can do that. Completely legal. Can't do anything. That's why they're trying to trigger it in public. Notice how I drive around, the bit rate's been, you know, all that stuff. It was all always for that. Escalation in public, public's view of the escalation, trying to get it to happen in public, making themselves present. These sorts of things. So the point is, the dumbass that starts doing his stream and threatening violence and getting a gun and stuff like that. Yeah, you're an idiot. No, nobody's doing that. Okay. And not only that, I'm also the guy that said many times, um, actually, when the first assassination attempt came out, I condemned it, and I was one of the first live to condemn violence against the president, even though it was Trump. I even condemned it, if you remember. Many, many times I have condemned this, as I always will, because it's not the right answer. It doesn't send the right message. But yeah, that guy is, I understand he's a fucking piece of trash. He is a fucking piece of trash. For sure. Twice impeached. Twice impeached. But not removed. And that's the Republicans for you. Twice impeached, but not removed. How do you do that? How do you impeach a president a second time and then go, well, second time, still not quite enough? You should should t- you should go listen to all these streamers and their opinions on things. Totally, they know what they're talking about. And that guy Joe Rogan, whew, let me tell you what, yeah. And you know, I've told you this before. I warned you about the UFC. Sifu, the guy that is experienced, again, literally over fucking 20 years martial arts experience, warned you that UFC is fraudulent, a bunch of fucking lies, and literally calls it Ultimate Fighting Championship when again, you have rules, okay? An ultimate fighter, somebody that you're gonna break every rule in 3 fucking seconds. There ain't just no ultimate of anything, okay? It's absurd. And what I saw recently while watching I Tried was blatantly several times where I was like, "Oh, finally, maybe, oh, wow, some experienced fighters." And then as soon as that happened, I swear to God, the guy throws his hands down and intentionally gets hit and throws the fight. So it's just like, wow, okay, that's it. I'm done. Yeah, like it's all staged, made up, bullshit, lies for the cameras, decided on beforehand. Ridiculous. And then this guy sits here and does his podcast and pretends, you know, he lingers in the background, gaining all this support from the UFC name, an ex fighter himself and all that, while pretending to linger around and say what the more popular general center viewpoint is of everything, so that he's in this clear safe spot. Now, Joe Rogan's the reason why Elon Musk lost his space clearance, because he literally had the guy smoke a joint in the middle of a live stream. He handed it to him. Elon was such a retard, he did it right then and there. I mean, we're talking about guys that, you know, for a live stream, Elon parked his fucking Cybertruck in his garage and they were shooting bows and arrows at it. Look, I don't fucking care. It's the same guy that when looking at, again, when talking about Chinese martial artists, he's such a moron that to him it's all fake. But again, remember, he's looking at the guys that are phonies. He's looking at like I called this out. He was reacting to clearly people that are phonies, that literally are doing that. And he's literally picking that instead of a legitimate video to react to. What a complete fucking tool. Asshole. So fuck Joe Rogan and UFC bullshit. Fuck that asswipe. He's stupid. Doesn't he smoke cigars too? Doesn't he? Does he smoke cigars? Listen, Barack Obama smokes a cigar like once a year. That guy, like you have to realize, like somebody like that smokes a cigar, that's a celebratory thing, okay? Joe Rogan probably cracks open a fucking case of cigars every time some important guest comes over. That's toxins in the brain. I'm so tired of this. I'm so tired of morons running this country. It's like pretending that you can smear something on your face every day and it's eventually not going to seep into your skin and completely just change your entire appearance. Yeah, that guy looks like fucking shit, doesn't he? Yep, looks like shit. Yeah, because he's an idiot. Ask Alice Cooper about aging while putting paint on your face. Ask Alice Cooper about that. Sure, you can fill in the blanks a little bit. I mean, that guy, like, the whole point is he's looked like he's been fucking 50 years old for the past fucking 40 years, right? Okay? And the whole point is he was never like a drug addict or anything like that. Nah, nah. He was actually a pretty straight sort of shooter, surprisingly. Just a guy with a show. And he's really, really good at writing songs that you want to hear, and he puts on a show. But that paint, yeah, that's gonna eventually just erode your fucking skin, man. All right, whatever. Did he stop? Nope. But that guy's singing in a band, putting on a stage, a performance. He's not a guy in a suit you're supposed to take seriously. Okay. I'm sorry that I have to like make the connection and educate you on what the difference is. But you know, uh, people think that I guess the president of the United States is supposed to be a Hollywood actor or something that seems really scary to the rest of the world or something like that. Like Jesus Christ, you are really extra special stupid. You really are. No, Obama did what he was able to do. Like Obama was so different from the norm. Even he was starting to change the behaviors of foreign leaders and dictators because he was so abnormally smiley and respectful. They were just like, I can't even this guy, it doesn't work. This guy, it doesn't ah he's he's too funny and smart. Damn it. God. Why can't I be like that? I can be like that. Take some pictures of me smiling. Quick. Quick. That's how it works. But Donald Dickhead Trump, Donald orange faced jackass piece of shit Trump, this motherfucker, he don't get it. He goes to other countries and they just show him up. They give him a stupid fucking chair to sit in because he didn't research this. He doesn't look at his trips beforehand. He's this dumb. You know, they're too busy with trying to rig the next election and focused on trying to spin the propaganda in such a way they can't possibly be bothered with actually fucking doing the job. So pardon me as I get off the stream and I'm continuing to be censored. Again, I would never go into this on a gaming stream if the censorship wasn't blatantly there. If blatantly this wasn't happening. But here it is. Here we are. Regular double digits concurrence, 64 views. Yeah, bullshit. 2.5 hours, 64 views with regular concurrent of about 11. 11, yeah, bullshit. That's 200. Bullshit. Bullshit. I'm getting out of here. Thanks for watching to the supporters. Um, as you know, we're getting scammed, bullshit shit going on, so I have to watch what I say about certain things. Um, um, but you know, doing the best we can with the updates. So thanks.